The shadow behind your eyes. Uchiha Sasuke. 1. Enter Akuma Sora. You rattle down the mountain face, a can of paint slung from one shoulder, and a paintbrush clenched in your teeth. Your sandals slip on a bit of rock, but you can't keep your head. But you kept your head, having enough sense not to look down. The wind blew, ruffling your hair and tossing your semi-long bangs into your eyes. You cursed and tried to toss them out, but to no avail. "Hey, Sora! Any day now!" You looked over to the blonde boy next to you, looking very noticeable in his usual orange jacket and pants. He already painted a swirl and was scrawling something beside it. You grabbed your brush, stuck it in the scarlet paint, and proceeded to follow his example. You slung on your rope harness as your ideas sprung off like popcorn in a heater. "Ha ha!" you cried, pointing your dripping paintbrush at him. "Check out my guts. This is what you painted. Fools." Naruto nodded. "Not bad, Sora, but this is much better." You swung down to see better. "This is what he wrote. Idiots." You stuck your tongue out, having another showdown. You both painted furiously, each wanting to burn the other off. Not even the Hokage could spoil this much fun, you thought, as your paint dripping tears on the Hokage. "Naruto! Sora!" You both jumped up to an all too familiar familiar bellow, saying your names. "But Iruka-sensei can," you amended, spinning around to see your sensei looking bad enough to spit poison. He squinted up to the mountain and said something to the Hokage beside him. You saw his chest pop up for another round of shouts. "It's Iruka-sensei! We're so screwed!" Naruto yelled, flailing like a fish. "Dude, we gotta scram!" you yelled to your partner, dropping your paintbrush. He stopped his antics and followed you up the slope. When you reached the top, you split up. He went down the southern way to school, and you cut to the north to circle around. You dodged adults quickly as you ran for it, keeping a weather eye open for other ninjas who wanted to catch you. For the briefest moment, you looked back to make sure none followed. Slam! "Ow!" you yelled, landing on your arm as you fell backwards. It twinged painfully. You hoped that it hadn't reopened. "Watch where you're going, would you?" That response had only one thought in your mind. Uchiha Sasuke. This has to be torture sent by the gods themselves. You look up to see that you've gotten him speckled with dust. It gave you no little satisfaction. The expression on his face conveyed his contempt at you slamming into him. "And a good morning to you as well, Uchiha," you growled as you got to your feet and brushed off the dust from the ground. He got up, stuck his hands in his pocket, looking bored and cool in every inch of the very arrogant bastard that he was. "What the kunoichi of my class see in him is beyond me," you thought as he regarded you through his pitch-black fangs. You had to stare down for a few minutes before he walked past you and continued on to school. Having nowhere else to go, you decided to go with. You both stepped in time as you headed for the academy, hands in pockets focused on the path before you. You knew Sasuke too well to start a conversation with him. All you'd gotten were You were more concerned about the pain in your arm. If it reopened now of all times. You and Sasuke got to the academy. You got to the classroom to see Iruka-sensei lecturing a tied-up Naruto. Of course Naruto was not paying attention, sparing to give you a wink as you slid into your seat. You winked back. Iruka-sensei caught the exchange and saw you. "Sora, you do know that tomorrow is the day of graduation exams, yes?" That the last 3 times this day came around, you and Naruto both have failed miserably. And you choose now of all times to pull your stupid stunts. Well? "Sir, yes, sir," you replied in a bored tone, careless voice, flipping off a salute. The steam poured from his ears as his anger level shot to hell. He leveled a finger of punishment on the class and bellowed, "Today we review the Henj no Jutsu, transformation technique." In a minute, there was a line of bitching, moaning cadets. "This is your fault," some odd voice muttered to you and Naruto. You could have cared less." "Next, Haruno Sakura," called out Iruka-sensei. The bouncy pink-haired girl focused hard, said "Henge," transformed, and poof, in a cloud of smoke was a replica of your teacher. "Excellent, pass." She smiled and turned to Sasuke behind her. "Did you see me, Sasuke? Did you?" You rolled your eyes in disgust. If not then, he's a bigger dumbass than I originally believed, you thought. She caught your gaze and gave you an angry face before skipping out. "Oh yeah, really scary, bonehead." Next up, Uchiha Sasuke. Aforementioned dumbass stepped forward and poof, there was another Iruka-sensei. You saw better detail in this one, and had to commend Sasuke on his eyes. Iruka-sensei blinked and said, "Good work, pass." Sasuke stuck his hands in his pocket and walked out. All female eyes were goo-goo after him. You fought the urge to toss your lunch. Akuma Sora. Your name rang out like it always did, causing everyone to go silent. This'll teach him. You took 3 measured steps forward, concentrated, and poof. Your Iruka-sensei copy far surpassed even Sasuke's. Your teacher's eyes widened in shock. "Excellent, pass." You turned back to Naruto, closed one eye, and stuck out your tongue, flipping a peace sign. Then you bolted before Iruka-sensei remembered that you were in trouble. Some hours later, you were beside Naruto on a platform, working hard at erasing your earlier artistic creativity. He cursed beneath his breath, and so did you, thinking of many painful deaths for Iruka-sensei, who was perched above you. Neither of you are leaving until it's all gone, your teacher called down. "So it's not like anyone's at home waiting for me," Naruto snapped back. "And it's not like my family cares about me," you called up, focused on the thick clumps of paint. This made your teacher fall silent for a while, leaving you and Naruto to scrub away. This gave the two of you a bit of conversation time. "Your evening full?" the blonde whispered to you. You shook your head. "No? Why?" "I got a new stuffed dummy of Iruka-sensei and Sasuke," he replied, mischievous grin gleaming in his eyes. All plush with stuffing, ready to be pounded into oblivion. Misplaced anger management, right? A twinge of pain made you look at your bandaged right arm, or more precisely, the growing spot of red on your bandaged arm. "Shoot," you cursed as the pain became a dull throb. "Not here, not now." "Sora," Naruto saw it as well. "You need to get away." Iruka-sensei piped up, treating you and Naruto to ramen. You declined with an excuse of being tired. After telling Naruto to go with your sensei, you hoofed it home. Within a solid hour's walk, the gates of your home came into view, the gates of the Akuma clan compound. You stepped inside carefully, trying to make an uneasy noise. You slipped inside your house, turning around to shut the door. You only heard a faint whistle of air before a bottle shattered on your back. You threw your head back in pain, gritted your teeth as the shards of glass ripped open your shirt. You don't scream. You haven't screamed since you were 7. "Lazy bitch," yelled your uncle, crawling up from the floor covered in dust and liquor. He had another bottle in hand. His clouded eyes focused barely on you, but you didn't falter. His cataracts were so bad. His cataracts was so bad that you were sure the first hit was dumb chance. "Lazy good-for-nothing bitch," he repeated, shaking the bottle. You heard the sake within slooshing around. "Where the hell have you been? Supper was hours ago." "Cook for yourself," you replied, tired to the bone. You made to open the front door. "Damn thing, screw this. I'll stay over at Naruto's and take his offer for anger management." You made the mistake of turning your head away. This time, there was a sting of alcohol as the glass bottle broke, embedding shards in your back. You felt the liquor run down the small of your back and lost it. "Damn you!" you screamed. "I hope you die in your own filth." You wrenched open the door and ran for it. Your eyes grew blurry from pain and blood loss. You tried to pull out the shards in your back, but only made it worse, so you ran blindly. The moon was shining down on you, and when you finally collapsed in a weak heap, the shards in your back dug into your muscles with every step. You hoped none punctured your lungs like last time. Your right arm wasn't a big help either. The fingers had swollen and you couldn't feel anything with it. You felt the grass beneath you, wet with a light rain. You inhaled deeply, wanting to sleep, but had enough sense to struggle to your feet and go on. If you could make it to Naruto's house without passing out from blood loss, Sora, you whirled around to see the last person you expected to see this time of night. What do you want, Uchiha? You gasped, trying to be polite as your back began bleeding again. You winced. If you came for an insult, then you've picked a hell of a... What are you doing here? He interrupted smoothly, making you pissed off. Why are you in the Uchiha compound? Huh? You looked around and sure enough, you are about halfway through the abandoned Uchiha compound. Whoa, I really must be hurt to be this far off, you thought, blurrily. If that's even a word. Then you realized how weird it must have looked. Well, it's a long story. Your feet left the ground as your head floated away and your vision went black. Strong arms caught you before you hit the dirt, cradling you gently. You hissed as the shards in your back flared with fiery pain. You felt yourself get picked up before you totally lost consciousness. You came to on your stomach in an unfamiliar environment. Your back thudded when you tried to get up, so you cradled your hand in your elbow, so you looked around, processing the dimly lit room. It had obviously been better kept years ago, but you could still see the interior design had once been quite nice. The full moon shone through the curtain, illuminating a shirt on the floor. You looked at the shirt closer. On it was a fan, half white and half red. You stopped reading in shock. This can't be. He wouldn't have... Good, you're up. You saw Sasuke bearing a tray of food and bandages over his arm. He shoved the food toward you. Here, eat up. I'll bandage your back. You shoved the tray back to him. I'm not letting you within 3 feet of my body, Uchiha, you snapped. I'll take care of myself, thanks. You snatched the bandages and tried to prop yourself up, but your swollen arm wasn't working for support. You collapsed back on your stomach, panting in the temper. Damn it to hell! Sasuke hadn't moved. Want help yet? He asked, taking 1 step closer. Or do you want your lungs stabbed by glass? I already had the pleasant experience before, thank you, he replied sweetly, wincing as the sake wine started burning the tender muscles of your back. Why'd you think I missed that ninja code test 2 months ago? He knelt down and placed a hand in what remained of your shirt, firmly grasped a shard of glass. He didn't flinch when blood flecked on his face from the sharp end. I thought you and Naruto skipped class that day. I don't skip class, he retorted, as he continued digging the glass out of your back. And for your information, genius boy, me and him were at the Konoha hospital. Me having a collarbone broken, and him having to haul my carcass from my house. So that's what happened, Sasuke thought. In his mind, a picture popped up. Iruka-sensei speaking to you before coming inside, seeing a flash of white from beneath your shirt collar. Your arm in a sling, Naruto staying awake for once to write your notes along with his. You watched as his facial features looked misplaced, then ventured to say, Uchiha. When you zone like that, you look retarded. Snap out of it. He blinked and scolded at you before returning to pulling wine-drenched glass out of your skin. After the 10th piece, you passed out, vaguely hearing him mutter, Geez, stubborn girl. As the sun hit Sasuke's face, he woke up, rubbing his eyes clear of sleep. He dressed in his normal attire before walking out to see you still asleep on the couch, your right arm and back neatly wrapped in clean bandages. He stopped in front of you, looking down to see you in a new perspective. Sure, he'd seen you asleep in class, but then it looked like you had just closed your eyes. But this This was different to him somehow. Your long bangs were feathered over your closed eye, and a piece of hair floated up every time you breathed. Your head was nestled in your uninjured arm, while the other hung down to touch the floor. Sasuke felt kind of uncomfortable at seeing you so vulnerable, so he knelt close to your face and shook you gently on the shoulder. "Sora," he whispered softly. "Wait, why the hell am I whispering?" "Sora," he repeated a little louder. "Sora, wake up." Your eyes opened slowly. He stared in shock. They weren't their normal shade of blood red, but a silver dust scarlet. His mouth fell open. As engrossed as he was to the fact that your eyes were beautiful, he never saw your fist come up from the ground and dust him in his chin with an awkward uppercut. He flew backwards as you got up, pushing your bangs out of your eyes. "And that'll teach you to never underestimate an injured ninja, you sick bastard," he screamed. Blinking the sleep out of your eyes, your vision focused not on one of your perverted male cousins, but on Uchiha Sasuke sitting up in front of you, a dark blotch on his chin. Your eyes widened. Sasuke noted that they shifted from silvery scarlet to a light blush red. "Geez, Uchiha, don't do that," you snapped, flexing your sore fingers. "You'll be in less danger of getting killed." He rubbed his chin. "What was that for?" "I have no idea her eyes change color like that." "It comes with sleeping with all my cousins in the same house," you said offhandedly. "Some of the guys get grabby. I also have a hair-triggered reflex that has been honed for years." You suddenly saw that your bandages were clean and new. Rounding on him with murder in your eyes, you growled, "I thought I told you not to touch me, Uchiha." "Whoa, she looks pissed," Sasuke thought, seeing your eyes shift to a darkest scarlet. "I just bandaged your back," he replied shortly, getting up off the floor. "I didn't see anything, if that's what you're insinuating." He walked to the other door. "Get ready. We gotta get to the academy for exams." You went to the bathroom and freshened up, gingerly walking as to not aggravate your sore back. Without a brush on hand, you didn't want to use Sasuke's. You ran wet fingers through your hair to tame it and finger wash your face. Sasuke waited for you outside, and together you both headed to the academy. Later that morning, "Okay, for your exams, you all need to create a doppelganger," Iruka-sensei stated. "I'll call your names individually, and you'll be graded by Mizuki-sensei and myself." Next to you, Naruto was having a panic attack into his hands. "Why did it have to be doppelgangers?" he said, voice muffled by his hands. "That's my worst technique ever. I'm so screwed." You smacked your forehead. "Shoot, I'm not gonna make it," you said. "I'm so dead. I'm in no shape to cast jutsus." "Speaking of not making it, where were you last night? You never came over." You looked over at your best friend and felt guilty. He had expected you to come. "I'm sorry, Naruto," you said, meaning it. "I went home, and circumstances made it so I had to stay with the damn Uchiha all night." You involuntarily looked over to Uchiha, who was sitting with his chin on his hands. He caught your gaze and glared, making all the Sasuke groupies shake their fists in your general direction. Naruto's eyes went wide as plates. "You did what?" he whispered. Then his gaze landed on the bit of bandage that your shirt collar didn't hide. Blue eyes went wider. "What happened?" "I had an altercation with my uncle. A bottle of sake was involved," you replied, watching the next person leave the class. "I was so out of it that I went to the Uchiha compound instead of your place. He found me and let me sleep over." Naruto locked eyes with you. "That place isn't healthy for you," he said, dead serious. "I thought you'd never go back there. Bad memories and all." You shrugged. You couldn't explain your visit there yourself. Your name floated through the door. You got up and laid a hand on your friend's shoulder. "Just remember, don't get stressed out when manipulating your chakra. You'll screw up bad." You went down the steps to the door, flipping a salute to Naruto. He returned it and you left. Iruka-sensei and Mizuki-sensei sat behind a desk with several leaf headbands holding clipboards. You walked to the middle of the room and stood there, waiting with bated breath. Your body felt taut and as a wire. All right, Sora, proceed, Iruka-sensei said, nodding. You swallowed and formed the sign. Bushin no Jutsu, doppelganger technique. There was a huge puff of smoke, and you watched as 6 of you stepped from the smoke. Your mouth fell open as you looked back to Iruka-sensei. Did I pass? You asked sheepishly, reaching up to scratch your neck. Your clones did the same motion. Iruka-sensei smiled. Yes, and with flying colors, he said, holding out a headband. The bright metal reflected light, which made you move to cover your eyes. The motion overstrained your injured back, causing a huge wave of pain to hit. You sank to the floor screaming as your clones jumped back. One ran out the door while Iruka-sensei and Mizuki-sensei came to your side, but you passed up before they said a word. Back in the classroom, Naruto leaned down on his hands after you left, feeling lower than low. His chakra control always was bad, and he didn't know why. Not even your advice could perk him up. A scream cut through the sleepy air of everyone in the class. Naruto's head shot up. He could tell your voice a mile away. 2 seats over, Sasuke also sat up, shocked from his mood. Your clone ran into the classroom. Naruto, help! She yelled. He didn't stop, rocketing out of his seat and followed your clone into the hallway. He was so focused that he almost whammed into Mizuki-sensei. Your clone dissipated upon contact with the Chunin. Naruto, go back to class, Mizuki said, pushing him back. Sora just had an episode. She's all right. Where is she? Naruto yelled, trying to get past his teacher. What happened to Sora? Mizuki-sensei just shoved him to the classroom and slammed the door. The blonde-haired boy stared at the wood, his imagination churning out every reason known to man that you could have screamed for. Sasuke stood up, hearing every word spoken. His eyes grew thoughtful as his fists clenched tightly. He woke up to a white ceiling. Good God, this place is getting old, you thought. Blinking to clear your vision, you took a deep breath and pushed yourself into a sitting position. Careful of the tender feeling in your back. What hit me? I remember taking the exam. 6 doppelgangers. Pain. The exam. You looked around the hospital room frantically, taking in all assets of your condition. Your arm was better. You could at least feel or move it a bit now. Your back was still bad, and there was something on your forehead tied really tight. You ripped off the thing and gasped. Your forehead protector blinked in the light as your hand shook, feeling cool and slick in your hand. The leaf symbol etched in the metal seemed unreal somehow. I'm not sure if that makes sense. You remember a similar time you held a forehead protector in your hand. Your mother came in from the extreme heat, shedding her thick coat and hunter's mask. You looked up from the kunai and etching and yelled, Mama! You ran over to her and tackled her legs in joy. Mama, Mama, you're back! Akuma Tori, demon bird, smiled. Calm down, Sora, it's fine, she assured you, pulling her long black hair out of its ornate bun. The silky strands fell to the small of her back, where you felt them whisper along your skin. I'm still in one piece, aren't I? She went on, laughing her light laugh. Mama, can I come with you next time? You asked as she stepped inside and placed her hunter's mask on the hook in the entrance hall. I want to be a ninja like you too. Your mama laughed again. When you grow up, maybe, she said, but for now, you must learn the ninja ways at school. She pulled her forehead protector out of her pocket and tied it like a headband, holding most of her hair out of her eyes. Your eyes lit up. Can I hold your headband again, you asked? Reaching up on tiptoes, you put on the best puppy dog expression your 6-year-old face could handle. Your mom laughed again. You liked to make her laugh. Here, don't scratch it. You took it solemnly from her, holding the metal part flat in your little hands. Then you held it up to your forehead and looked in the mirror. Your face looked very different with the leaf mark on it. I'll get my own soon. Just you wait, you called out. Your mother laughed. I'm sure you will, Sora. That's right. I passed the exam, you remember. You retied the headband to go across your forehead, holding the worst of your bangs out of your eyes. I am now a full-fledged ninja. Oh my freaking god, you screamed as this sunk in, punching the air triumphantly. I'm a ninja, baby! Wicked! Wah! You heard a shout beside you, then a thump, then a mop of blonde hair with goggles poked up from the floor. You smiled as Naruto rubbed his head and spoke. Geez, you're still loud. I have a right. I'm a ninja now. You then saw something strange. Hey, where's your headband? You passed, right? His bright blue eyes fell. Well, after you were taken out, I was called. I was never good with doppelgangers, and I was still worried about you. You didn't pass, you whispered, feeling like crap for proclaiming your own graduating without thinking. Oh, Naruto, I'm sorry. Did Iruka-sensei really say no? Yes, his intense gaze locked with yours. But Mizuki-sensei, he said that there's another way to pass, and he said that if I do this way, Iruka-sensei will have to pass me. Tell me, you whispered, leaning forward. Your eyes shifted to a bright cherry red. What is it? Maybe I can redo my examination as well and pass higher. When the moon rose, you and Naruto slipped out of his house, sneaking into the Hokage's house, but by the way of a simple drain pipe. You picked open the lock and got you both in, tiptoeing through the dark corridors toward your objective. What are you two doing? The Hokage's voice made you both jump and spin around. Why are you sneaking inside my house in the middle of the night? Answer me. Naruto hurriedly formed a sign. Hinge! In a puff of smoke, there was a tall, sexy-looking female version of your friend, with whiffs of smoke to hide her, unmentionables. Hi there, Lord Hokage, she said in the most voice of adorable innocence. Blood squirted from the Hokage's nostrils, sending him flying backwards. You stuffed your fist in your mouth to prevent yourself from cracking up as Naruto transported back into himself. What was that? You whispered, gasping for air. He smiled proudly. That was my Orakage no... I think I said it right. No jutsu. Ninja centerfold, he said. It works really well, as you can see. He pointed to the unconscious Hokage, making you smile again. Aren't we here for a reason? You said, leading the way. Come on. In a minute, the two of you had opened the secret room, where all the scrolls were kept. Naruto grabbed a huge scroll you were looking for, and fashioned a rough sling to carry it. You slid it in, and were right behind him when a familiar symbol on the lower shelf caught your eye. You grabbed a handful of orange jacket to hold your friend, as you knelt down again, rummaging in the dusty scrolls to find the symbol again. When you pulled it out, Naruto dropped down next to you in shock. In your hands was a very old, very large scroll sealed with scarlet wax. The symbol of your clan, a red circle with a silver katana over it, was drawn on the parchment in ink, with illegal kanji scrawled underneath it. It was an ornate and elegant, and very strange. What's a scroll doing here with my clan's insignia on it? He thought, running the fingers on the old parchment gently. Why, there's a scroll here with your clan's symbol on it, Naruto asked, clearly as confused as you. You shrugged as you unwrapped your arm bandages. Your wound was completely healed as you knew it would be. It happened. With Naruto's help, you made a sling to carry the second scroll and relocked the room, slipping past the still-up Hokage, and the two of you headed for where Mizuki-sensei told Naruto to meet him with the scroll. You both were so focused and psyched to learn the jutsu in the scroll that you didn't notice that you were watched by evil eyes. At the forest clearing, Naruto unfurled the huge scroll with a flourish. You looked over his shoulder to read the cramped handwriting. Damn, why is it so small? You complained, squinting. We'll go blind trying to read it. Then light a torch, Naruto replied, leaning forward. Or read your clan scroll first. I gotta pass this time or I'm screwed. You looked over to where you propped the sealed Akuma scroll against a nearby tree. I'll read it later, you stated. I'd rather learn a new jutsu Anywho. Ugh. Then maybe you can. Wait, I got it. He jabbed a finger on the first paragraph. The first technique is Kachi Bushin no Jutsu, the shadow doppelganger technique. And the next one is the variation, Taju Kage Bushin no Jutsu, multi-shadow doppelganger technique, he read on, deciphering the text with difficulty. Naruto's face contorted into a frown. Aw, man, my least favorite one, and now it's popping up all over the place again. But if you master it, you pointed out, seeing a good side, Iruka-sensei can see that you have what it takes to be a ninja. We were supposed to create a doppelganger to pass, right? You master this jutsu, and you can make a real one instead of an illusion like everyone else. His face brightened up like a sunbeam. Yeah, you're right. He'll pass me for sure. Jumping to his feet, he laid the scroll open so he could read the writing while practicing. Hey, Naruto, you said softly, making him look around, hands ready to perform the seal. Do you mind if I try too? His smile got even bigger. Yeah, Sora, please. It's always better when you help me. You smiled too and stood next to him, mimicking his hand sign. Sometime later, you both collapse. Yeah. Exhausted and covered in sweat and dirt, your hair had long been slicked back, and your two longest bangs straightened to their full length past your chest. You rubbed your forehead protector proudly, flicking a peace sign to Naruto, who had the scroll on his back again. Your clan scroll was also back in the harness of your back, unopened. You were too tired to read it by then. We did it, huh, Naruto? You gasped, crawling over to his side, a goofy smile on your face. Sure did, Sora, he heaved, fixing his goggles so they wouldn't fall. Iruka-sensei can't flunk me now. A shadow flew over you both. Looking up, you found Iruka-sensei's face mere inches from your own. Gotcha, he growled with an evil grin. Naruto and you both leapt to your feet. Your friend pointed to your sensei and grinned. About time, Nosebleed. I found you. No, fools, I found you. Iruka-sensei yelled. Ugh. So pissed off at you both, his anger shifted into an eye blink to confusion, when you and Naruto both grinned sheepishly and scratched your necks. Yeah, too bad you were so fast, he said, sticking out your tongue. We only memorized one technique, Naruto added, trying to sound annoyed but couldn't pull it off. Iruka-sensei blinked, noticing your disheveled appearance for the first time. You both looked exhausted. What were you? Naruto interrupted him. Favor shining on his face. Sensei, I had no idea that some of the ninja arts were so amazing. If I can do them, you'll have to let me pass. You came out here to practice your ninjutsu, working yourselves to exhaustion? Iruka-sensei looked at you. What about you? I felt lame about fainting, so I'm here for a retake, you replied. And Naruto, what's with the scroll on your back? Your sensei said, pointing to it. You and he both looked at the scroll slung in its harness. This, Mizuki-sensei told me about it. And this place too. Naruto stuck 2 fingers up on each hand. You hand over his head. No, one hand over his head. And he said that if I learned the technique in this scroll, you'll let me be a shinobi. Mizuki. Iruka-sensei's face paled. You looked at him worriedly. A sudden hiss of air made him look around. The next minute, you and Naruto got shoved back as a barrage of kunai pinned your sensei to an old shack. Mizuki-sensei straightened from his crouch on a tree branch. So you found them, Iruka, he said boredly. Smart thinking. Too bad it's no good. So, it was you all along. Iruka-sensei gasped, spitting up blood. Mizuki-sensei looked at both you and Naruto. Naruto, the scroll, give it to me. His eyes fell on the scroll on your back and widened. Sora, give me that scroll as well. Dude, I mean, Naruto looked from him to Iruka-sensei, who was slumped down in pain. You kept your eyes on Mizuki-sensei, not moving an inch. Naruto, Sora! Iruka-sensei screamed, clearly in pain. Don't give Mizuki the scrolls. They both contain forbidden jutsu, and Sora's holds the records of her clan's secrets. He used you both to get them. Secrets? You blinked in shock. What secrets? You shoved it to the back of your mind when Mizuki-sensei started talking again. Why don't you give me the scroll? I can show you both what it really means. You and Naruto exchanged looks, not understanding what he said. Iruka-sensei exploded. Shut up, you fool! Naruto and Sora. There was a strange gleam in Mizuki-sensei's eyes. Oh my god, so long. In Mizuki-sensei's eyes, you both knew the real story behind the defeat of the nine-tailed fox 12 years ago, don't you? At your confused faces, he had a little chuckle. At the same time, everyone was bound to the strictest degree. I don't remember any decree. You and Naruto chorused in unison. Unrehearsed, it happened enough to freak people out. Neither one of you would. Part of the law said that you couldn't know. Neither of you. Naruto said. Mizuki-sensei was now openly smirking. Now what? You asked, getting to your knees. I mean, no what? No, don't! Iruka-sensei screamed. It said that neither of you can know that what the two of you are. The nine-tailed fox. Mizuki-sensei smiled evilly. In other words, you two are the separate containers of the Kyuubis no Yoko. Nine-tailed fox. I think I said that wrong. Say what? You both thought? Stop it! Iruka-sensei yelled, tears in his eyes. You murdered Iruka's family. You nearly destroyed the village until our beloved hero, the fourth Hokage, divided your power and sealed you in those forms. Mizuki-sensei unhooked one of the Fuma clan's shuriken. Didn't you think it's odd to be shunned by all for no apparent reason? Then his gaze went to you. And Sora, why did you think your family hated you after your parents died? Memories flashed behind your eyes, the cold gaze of all the villagers, when they seemed to look right through Naruto, your parents treating you with such gentleness that your classmates felt envious. You first met Naruto by chance, seeing your mother's eyes soften at him just like they did for you. But no matter what, if he was honest, even noble Iruka would hate his parents' murderers. Mizuki-sensei cried, spinning his shuriken in preparation to throw it. You saw the intent in his eyes. Grabbing Naruto's sleeve, you both scrabbled backwards in fear, hands slipping over the grass as you tried to escape. The huge shuriken came closer, whistling menacingly. Reflexively, you ducked, covering your head with one hand. Naruto copied you. Your free hand went to the pushing the other down. Eyes screwed shut. You prepared to die there. Thunk. The moisture hit your face, making you open your eyes. You saw Iruka-sensei kneeling over the two of you, the shuriken embedded in his back. Naruto sat up, tears in his eyes. Why? He said in a strained voice. Iruka-sensei then told you both his own story, how he was orphaned when his parents died, how he used to do the same things for attention that you and Naruto have done for years, how it hurt him, how he was so sorry about being so hard on Naruto. Soon tears were falling on you as well as blood. The sight hardened something within you, and you saw a similar reaction in Naruto's. In one accord, you both flipped over and bolted into force, running from your sensei in blind anger. The scroll on your backs, with the Hokage. At last I have found them in the crystal bowl, the Hokage thought, watching you and Naruto leap from tree to tree on all fours. So, just when the teacher found them both, Mizuki's big mouth revealed all, driving both children over the edge. His eyes grew worried. The two halves have started to break from their mystic bonds, and with those two scrolls in their possession. Back in the forest, you stopped Naruto behind a thick tree, sure that you lost your teachers. Both of you were gasping hard, clutching your scrolls in front of you. You leaned against the tree to catch your breath. Memories flared to life again, making you remember a day long ago. You skipped beside your mother as you came from shopping. While you skipped, she was laden with bags of food and stuff. You followed the butterfly fluttering just out of reach from your 5-year-old fingertips. You were so focused on pretty colorful bugs that you never saw the boy in front of you until you crashed into him. "Oh, sorry," you cried and scrambled back to your knees. He didn't say anything, just brushed himself off and held out a hand to you. He had spiky blonde hair and perfect blue eyes. There were lines on his cheeks. You thought they made him look like a fox. You took his hand and felt something stir inside you. It was as if you knew this boy, even though you never laid eyes on him before. Recognition flashed briefly in his eyes too, then was replaced by confusion. You decided to break the silence. "I'm Sora, Akuma Sora." "Naruto," he replied. "I'm Uzumaki Naruto." "I never thought of the day like that," you mused, your breathing calming down. "I always thought of it like a coincidence, but what if?" There was a series of thuds and grunts behind you, making you grip on your family scroll tighten. You made to run, but Naruto grabbed your leg and shook his head no. Your blood ran cold when Mizuki-sensei scoffed. "Oh, you're being so noble, saving your parents' murderers, but what if they live?" "The scroll won't be in your hands," Iruka-sensei said. You bit your lip. He sounded so weak. Mizuki-sensei went on some tangent about you being 3 of a kind, all wanting power to get even with everyone, as if. "I'm plenty strong enough," you thought angrily. "But don't you want to be stronger than everyone else?" A second, smaller voice whispered from the shadows of your mind. You were right to hate those two. Their sealed halves hunger for power that the scrolls can grant them, Mizuki said in a tone of finality. Silence came from your other sensei, making your spirit drop. Naruto hugged his scroll tighter. You could feel his depression. You rested your head on his shoulder, willing yourself not to cry. You never really cared what anyone thought about you, but this would kill Naruto's soul. That's true. Maybe I do hate the fox. Iruka-sensei rasped as liquid choked his throat. But not Naruto or Sora. Not those two children. Your head snapped up so fast your neck crinked. You heard Iruka-sensei laugh softly. All those two have for me is respect. They are superb students. Sure, they screw up in some tests. They can be awkward at times. Naruto's clumsy and Sora can have an impulsive temper. People have hated them. But that only gave them empathy. They know what it means to be in pain. Your eyes burned from tears falling in streams, and your nose is running. You never heard anything like it since your parents died. Looked over to a sobbing Naruto. You knew he felt the same. Those two are no longer the split souls of the demon fox. Iruka-sensei spat. They are both both ninja of Konohamaru. However you say that. Uzumaki Naruto and Akuma Sora. A chink sound told you that a shuriken was being pulled out. Ah, such a warm, fuzzy feeling. Not, Mizuki-sensei taunted. I was going to kill you later, but you asked for it, so goodbye. Spinning the huge shuriken, he slid toward Iruka-sensei with insane murder in his eyes. Your sensei closed his eyes and smiled. Well, this is it, he thought. Kage no Jutsu, Art of Windshield. Pow! Whack! His eyes snapped open as your voice cut through the air. He saw a wall of wind spring up to shield his prone body from the incoming shuriken, sending it spinning up into the treetops. But pow, in perfect sync, you and Naruto drew your arms back and sent Mizuki-sensei flying backwards. With a whack, you both skidded after him, digging a hand in the earth to slow you down. Iruka-sensei watched you and Naruto stand, using your scrolls for support. If you ever try to touch my sensei, you both said, your voices blending together almost eerily, I'll kill you. Dumb kids, run for it, he screamed, unable to back up his order. Arrogant brats, I could kill you both easily. Mizuki-sensei was frothing at the mouth. Naruto made a single sign, pointing his index and middle finger on each hand and crossing them into a... Guess you missed that part. You mimicked him, bracing your legs. Take your best shot, fool, you both repeated, still with one voice. Anything you throw at me, I'll dish out 1,000-fold. You can try, little fox brats. Mizuki-sensei screamed, lunging for you. You both manipulated chakra, calling out the jutsu you both practiced on for hours. Kajibushin no Jutsu, art of the shadow doppelganger. In a blink of an eye, there's over 1,000 Narutos and 1,000 Soras in the clearing, hanging from trees, crouching on the branches, standing on the grass, all primed up and ready to kick ass. Mizuki-sensei went a shin when they all started speaking at once. Hey, tough guy, what's the matter? I thought you were gonna kill us easy. You're backing out of a fight? Well then, let's start this. Amazing, Iruka-sensei thought, as all 2,000 of you proceeded beating Mizuki-sensei senseless. Not only did they create 1,000 doppelgangers each, but they're solid, flesh and blood, not illusion. That's the highest level ninjutsu. I wouldn't be surprised if Naruto became stronger than any Hokage before him. As for Sora, I doubt the Akuma clan had a better heir. As the sun rose, you and Naruto surveyed the intense damage on Mizuki-sensei's face. He rubbed the back of his head sheepishly. Whoops, I guess we went a little bit overboard. Well, he did try to use us and murder Iruka-sensei, so I think he got off easy, you replied, crossing your arms. Bastard. On a childish impulse, you kicked the Chunin in the ribs, hard. When you two are done, Naruto, I have a present for you. Naruto-sensei motioned to you. Sora, help me to stand, please. Naruto, close your eyes. You both obeyed. Then Iruka-sensei made you close your eyes. You felt him move, then something clinked. All right, you both can open them. You looked at your sensei. He wasn't wearing his leaf headband. You looked to Naruto. The leaf headband was on his forehead. Congratulations, Naruto, Iruka-sensei said, smiling proudly. You graduated. Yay, Naruto, good for you, pal, you screamed, flinging your arms around his neck. Naruto caught you and spun you around as Iruka-sensei sat back down. Now we both are ninjas. And for a reward, ramen on me tonight. Iruka-sensei stopped when Naruto put you back down, his eyes hidden. What's wrong? Your best friend couldn't take it anymore. He flung himself at your sensei in joy. You followed a split second later. Soon you and he were hugging Iruka-sensei so tight that he felt strangled. I normally would lecture you two on how tough it's going to be, now that you're both ninja, he thought. But I guess it can wait for the ramen bar.